like a barrel maker or something, and Sawney Bean wasn't any good at it. So he decided he wasn't going to do that. But he soon found out he was a pretty good robber, so he used to steal from people. Well, he got caught. And he decided he didn't like jail very much, especially back in the 1600s. So as soon as he got out, he decided instead of just robbing people, he was going to rob and kill people.
Gotcha.
And he met a woman who, let's say her habits aligned with his. And so he would rob from people and she would take care of him. And eventually they moved into a cave. Because the cave was hidden, when the sea came in, you couldn't see it. And so they hid in this cave, and they had lots of children. And he taught all the children how to rob and kill people. And they decided that since they were killing people anyway, they didn't need to hunt.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
They didn't need to go hunting. They were killing people anyway.
They started off strong. All right. So, are you saying what I think you're saying?
That they were eating people? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Cannibalism. All righty then. Well, it is cannibalism. To each their own? I guess. Oh. Eating people, yeah. Well, it was a different time. It's not exactly like there was a price chopper that they could go pick up some steaks.
Well, and the Sawney Bean clan was also reputed to have tons of inbreeding.
Okay.
Because all those children didn't have much to do, and they weren't being supervised, so why not?
I see.
So they had multiple generations of inbred folk eating other people. Well, eventually they ambushed one person too many.
Okay.
And so a group of soldiers deputized by the king went and found them, captured them, and brought them to trial.
I see.
And the trial was basically, you're guilty. They didn't even have a trial.
Oh, yeah.
They sentenced them to death, but the women were to be burned alive, but the men were to be cut to pieces. And the women were sentenced to watch the men get cut to pieces before they were burned alive at the stake. Now, historically, it's mostly bunk. We don't know if it happened, and if it did, it sure as heck wasn't on the scale that they represented it. When you're dealing with stuff that we're going back to the 16th century for, there's just no historical evidence. Heck, they don't even know if they have the right cave. Although if you go to that part of Scotland, you can see the Sawney Bean cave. They just don't know if it's the right one.
I see.
So, really, according to the legend, these people killed over 1,000 people. In real life, probably not. But if you go to Banana Head, Ayrshire, Scotland, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, so if any of our Scottish listeners would tell me how to pronounce that, Bennane, in proper good Scottish, the Sawney Bean clan cave is 8 miles south of Girvan. So, yeah. But you can go and visit the cave if you want. And that is the clan of Sawney Bean.
Nice.
So, for Thanksgiving, we had cannibalism and murder and families getting together.
Sure.
Isn't that a lovely Thanksgiving?
It is. Awesome.
So, Krysta, what do you think?
Sounds like a bunch of BS to me. I mean, it's not the fact that it's not true. I believe in it all. It just... cannibalism! Ooh, not the fun of stuff.
I don't know about you. I'm ready for Thanksgiving now.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
thankful I don't live in 1871 or...
Well,
I'm thankful for not being there by the time you ate human beings, because I'd be the first one dead.
well, okay. The Bender story we know to be true. We know that effectively Ma Bender and Kate got away with it, because unless that family is right about catching them on the border and shooting them down and burying them, I don't believe any of that.
Gotcha.
Because the best I could find for it is someone commenting on a story, and the comment was like, well, my grandfather used to talk about it, or my grandfather remembered his grandfather talking about it, and my grandfather would never lie. Well, I hardly regard that as convincing evidence. I'm sorry. Anyway. But so Kate and Ma Bender technically got away with it, but it was a different time period then. I mean, there's no way you could do that today.
Everyone lies at least once in their life, and if they haven't, well.
And as far as Sawney Bean, I believe at some point there was a group of robbers and killers that might have, eaten people, because in what we call the Dark Ages, there just wasn't a lot of food. And depending on what part of England or Scotland you were in, if you hunted in the wrong part of the forest, well, that was the king's forest. And if you shot a deer with a bow and arrow and tried to take it home to your family, and anybody of note found out about it, you could be punished. You could be put to death. So robbing and killing people and eating them, not a huge leap from one to the other. So,
but I do not recommend eating people. Even if you are starving and hungry, ask a friend first.
So I guess my thought is that Sawney Bean probably has some elements of truth, but they're they're buried. They're way buried. And it's so far ago we'll never know what those are. The Benders is easy to believe because we have proof. We've gone beyond that, so to speak. Your thoughts, my love?
I feel like I want to reach out to the people who are sitting with their families right now, who might be listening to this on the way to be with their families, and just say, see, Aunt Sarah, who's going to give you hell about the fact that they don't like your life choices and that you should have stayed in law school. She's not so bad. Because your family could be these things.
Ah! All these things!
I like it.
Be grateful.
Be thankful. I like it.
Grateful for where you are. Right?
Right. I like it.
You don't have to care about whatever.
Momism.
You don't have to care about what everybody else says about you. You just gotta care. Hey, I did this. I feel pretty proud about it. And anybody who turns around and tells you
I'm not calling anybody out on their life decisions. I'm saying that's
I know. I was agreeing with you.
People in general get stressed because they have to go to family, and people who are older are always very, they can be picky and they mean well, but it's, don't want to hear that nonsense. And I'm just saying, if they're not eating you, you're doing okay.
Yeah, and if you're not getting together with Aunt Kate and she's talking about, the guys she used to kill back in Kansas.
Yeah. They're good things.
No matter how much of a Karen she might be, she's not a murderer. I like it. And I think that's a good place to go with it, is let's take a moment and say, whatever you have in your life, be thankful. Look for the good, the positive, and be thankful for it. And if you find yourself alone on this Thanksgiving and you don't want to be, then reach out to a friend, there are homeless shelters that are desperate for help, and those people are always need a friend. So
reach out to us.
Reach out to us.
We'll turn on to Zoom and we will virtually hand you some turkey.
Yep.
Yes, and since I'm cooking it, it'll probably be better virtual than it is in real life.
That's possible, but we love you and your attempts for trying. And as long as you're not
helping you.
The children, we're good.
I'm helping you. Are you sure it's going to be that bad?
I hope not, but I'm just saying.
I'm going to help you, so...
Turkey's not my thing. Ham, that's my thing.
Well,
but your mom is a traditionalist and likes her turkey on Thanksgiving, so I will do my best. So...
honestly, if you're just having pizza on Thanksgiving, good for you. But, the traditional holiday isn't just for eating all that food. It's for being thankful for what you have. Not what you're having for dinner or what people you're around. You gotta be thankful for those things.
Oh, I know a family that gets together and, some members of the family will bring 3 or 4 pizzas, and some will bring a bucket of fried chicken, and some will bring, they'll just...
That's what I'm talking about.
Their Thanksgiving is like all this out food, right? They just sort of put it together in a smorgasbord, and people have tacos and pizza and whatever they want.
And they're fine with that. As long as they're fine for that, and with that, and they're thankful for it, go right ahead. Exactly.
So let's say goodbye to our listeners. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks also to Bill Barrett, who does our theme music. And remember, if you have a project that needs theme music, Bill is your guy. Bill Barrett, BEHRENDT at sbcglobal.net. Also, thanks to Paige Elmore of Reverie True Crime. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Paige.
For our artwork. Also, Aaron Gnurk of the Big Dumb Fun Show. Thank you, Aaron. Please check out our Facebook group. Join up. Happy to talk to you in there. Also, follow us on Twitter. Laura is Famplot Laura Mom. Mm-hmm. Krista is F Crystalline. And we can find all three of us at plot_family. You can catch me on Instagram at BoogeymanKC. Krista is on Instagram at FamilyPlotKristaCat. You can follow me on Pinterest, also at BoogeymanKC. And join us next week for our episode on the Smurl family.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.